Hope you're having a blessed day so far. Need to put you guys on a good spot here, but not too high where they can see stuff. And I need to make sure that my charging cord, where'd the thing go? For my phone. I'm going to turn multiple of you guys on. We got to put you at the right angle here. Doesn't shut off. What's up, Makira? Markrina. Hudson, how's it going, buddy? Hudson, how are you, my friend? Hope you're having a blessed day so far. Evening, whatever you're doing. I'm going to turn, I would get you close to the table, but unfortunately I can't because YouTube doesn't like what I'm doing. They don't like a lot of detail on reloading. So I'm going to be doing some of this on Rumble here shortly. We turn it on Rumble too. I just have to finish it up real quick. And we need it to be go on live. Rumble and Twitch all ready to go. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's get those set up and put it on solo. Solo, you can't see it, folks. All right. If you guys want a different angle, go ahead and head over to Rumble, same account, or Twitch. Twitch too, it's on over there. We're going to be doing some reloading. Thanks, Elijah. Hello, AT. Pin that one. Let's go ahead and put this down here. I need to put this on silent. There we go. Sweet. Hello. Macrina says hi. Hello, Ohio man. He's like, me. It's going good, Hudson. Creator. Appreciate you coming by. So we already had some 338 Lapua already loaded. Already cleaned up and primed. So we need to put the right powder in it. And then, and crimp them. Put the tip on and crimp them. So, we need to put this on here, like so. Of course, you can't see that. If you're over there on Twitch, you can see that. Except Twitch that far away, for some reason, it's a little blurry. It's catching on the corner here better. It's more, more clear. Let's see if I can back this up so it focuses more on the distance. Does that help any better, folks? Slide that over. Might have a little bit. There's one person over there on Twitch watching. Twitch or Rumble, not sure. On Rumble. Somebody on Rumble is watching right now. All right, we don't need that one. We do need this. The bottom piece. So why can't you hold guns on YouTube? Because somebody offed themselves on YouTube when you were able to, and it's been banned pretty much ever since. So, hey, what's up, Tactical Toke? I don't know if you saw me on your live earlier when you were installing that TV. I do a lot of that stuff too. It's been a bit since I've done one, but I've done a few of that stuff myself. Okay, doing some 338 Lapua, folks. I just need to get my loading data book here. Try to remember what load I stuck in for the 228. Now we got 2 people on here. What we got? Who's talking? Hey, what's up? I like guns. Sorry I can't stay on. That's okay. I'm over on YouTube too, bud. All right. Need to see what data I got to use. Can you show me the difference between a 7.62 by 308? What type of 7.62? If it's a 7.62 by 51, I don't even have one of those. There is a difference, though, Token. The 308 is actually more potent than a 7.62 by 51. The military version is actually dumbed down. Now, the opposite is for 5.56 The military 5.56 is hotter. The 223 is colder. What's up, Luke? 338 Lapua. Yep, that's what we're loading. And then after that, we're going to be probably doing 9mm like we did the other night. If you ever install the Samsung frame TVs, they're pretty cool. Oh, 7.62 by 39? Yeah, I can show you the difference. I got one right here. You said 308, right? That's a 300 Savage. Let me get a 308 out. Should have one right in a box right here. These are AMAX, and the other one's just regular. There's the difference. This is a 762 by 39. This is a 308 black AMAX. So it's, hunting round. There's a difference. Pretty much the same size projectile though, to tell you the truth. They're 30 caliber like. M130 or 308 for moose. M130. Wouldn't that be a M130 is a 30 carbine, right? You'd want a 308 for a moose. Actually, a 308 can't take a moose. They're actually easier to shoot than an elk. That's what I've heard. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Have I ever installed those? I'm not sure if I have. I have installed Samsung TVs. The biggest one I ever installed, I think it was a Samsung. Might have been LG. Was 92 pounds, 93 pounds, something like that. All right, we got some people over here. 2 of them over here on Rumble. One's on Rumble and one is on Twitch watching. All right, I need to find my 338 Lapua rifle schematics. 243, 22 art. Should be further this way, then I think it's towards the back and it gets bigger. 6.5, 6.5. There's all sorts of 6.5s. 26 Nosler, 264 Wind, 270, 30 Carbine, 308. I'm looking for 338 Lapua. I should have it folded over the current corner. Here it is. At 225. Let's see here. 225. There we go. Okay. There is our grainage. That's what I was looking for. That's the thing. I can't tell the detail of what I'm doing. 308 can down just about anything North America under 400. Yep. But a 308, yeah, I would say pretty much. Now, I would say it's on the light side for some of the animals, like maybe a bear, definitely a grizzly. You'd want something a little more than that, honestly, to tell you the truth. Do I recommend a 308? I have one. It's not that great in my opinion. At least my brand. What's the difference of 30-06 versus 30-30? Here, I'll show you the bullet difference. Here's a 30-30. That's a 270. Where's my 30-06? I should have one out here. Right here. So 30-30 is usually a lever gun, not always. There's a 30-06. There's the difference there. This is a 30-06, long action. This is a 30-30 at it for my lever action. Yeah, that would be a better one to get a Tika or a Sako or Seiko, however pronounce it. See, the back end's different too because these are rimmed for lever action. These are not. They're semi-auto or bolt. There's not that many 30-06 semi-autos. Yep. 30-06 and a 308. Sure. It's actually kind of like a parent case in a way. Right there. 308, 30-06. This is its granddaddy. That's what, because technically it's the same size, very similar case size. Like, I believe you could make 308 out of 30-06. I'm pretty sure. All right, let's get this set up. Sorry, Canella, you're right in my way. My doggy's on the ground down here, kind of in the way. Let's see, who's over here? We got someone watching over there. Appreciate you, whoever that is. Alrighty, let's get our super duper powder scooper. Alrighty, super duper powder scooper. Clear that out, and we need, so we'll put 80, we'll say 80, a certain amount. We'll say a certain amount. Canella, what are you doing? You chewing your foot off? So 20-inch sniper in the back. That is, you're talking about that real big one right there? That is what I'm loading for, actually. If you're talking about that one right there, this is a piece of wood, YouTube. See? This is wood. If you're talking about that, that's a 338 Lapua. It's a Ruger Precision. That's what we're loading tonight. These right here. So that's the 30-06. That's the 338 Lapua. It's a little bit bigger projectile, definitely about twice as powerful, I'd say. Here, let me fold this up in the corner. Put that up on top. There we go. That, I think it's bigger than a 20-inch barrel. It's probably 28 with a huge break on it. All right. We need a little more yet. These take a lot of powder. Oh, dum-dum, shut off on me. That's what I do not like about this Hornady scale. If you stay on it too long, if you stay off of it too long, it'll shut itself off way too soon. Way too soon. So you got to remeasure. I do not like it. Here, I'll just pour some in here. It's way easier to get out of this bin versus out of the chug here. Hey, J-Dog! Do you prefer AR-10 or hunting rifles? Well, I don't have an AR-10. One of these days we might get one. I do not have one. I've got an AR-15, just one. That's that tan one right there. Right. Where's my finger? Right there. Where the front of my hand is. J-Dog, how's it going, bro? We want... There we go. I want a different thing to pour these in. This one's not very nice. The opening's very small. Versus this one will be a lot better. Yeah, maybe. I need to get a better funnel for these. I have them, but I don't remember if it works for this one. I don't think it does. All right. Good, you're at work. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. We're reloading some 338 Lapua. You have to kind of put it uniquely how to stick it in. Let's make sure we're a good measurement. Where'd my calipers go? Here they are. My calipers. Then we fell over a little bit. There we go. Might end up falling over the other way now. .35 is what we want lengthwise. No, don't tell them I told you that. No. And it shut off already. Again, see, by the time you're done doing all that, all of a sudden the scale shuts off. You need it on longer than that. What's up, hunting? Yeah, 338 Lapua is what I'm loading up. Bolt actions will be more precise if that's the matters to you. Correct. AR-10 is like more of a tactical style, and bolt actions are more of a hunting and snipering, to tell you the truth. All right, put this here. Tear. Got to be quiet and very, very still when I'm loading up these if I get it precise. A more precise amount. There we go. Ah, it's a little too heavy. There's like 2 granules left. So close. There we go. I don't know if this one will work, this funnel I got. It's a Hornady funnel, but I don't remember if it works or not. I think it did. All right, perfect. Don't be wiggling, don't be messing up on me now. Scale. What's the difference of a 65 versus a 3? I don't have a 65, whatever that is. Is that a Whalen? I've heard of a 35 Whalen. Sorry for those on Twitch right now. I kind of got jerked around a little bit again. Just a whisker too much again. What do you want, Canella? What do you want? You want your big old blanket in here? There we go. All right, let's put you back up a little bit so it's easier for you guys to see. Every time I use that machine, it makes it so it's a little bit rough. Might help if I had a little bit of lubricant on the projectile entry. That's the difference of, so yeah, that one I'm not sure. Oh, you mean a 6.5 Creed? I do not own a 6.5 Creed. Actually, a 6.5 Creed is just a little bit better, in my opinion, than a 308. It's just that 308 is more common. More people use 308. 308 goes a little bit farther distance. I mean, not 308. 6.5, I'd say, is a little better. It goes a little farther distance. It's more accurate for distance. And I'm getting sidetracked. Where's my bullet puller? Where'd I stick that thing? Never stuck the powder in that. And the stupid thing already shut off. Never stuck the powder in this one, folks. Boy. This thing done fell apart again. These little hammers are just cheap. Bullet puller hammers. The little jaws are constantly falling apart. Constantly coming undone. At least for me. Come on, buddy. Come on, bro. Get in there, sunshine. There we go. Got her done. Now she stays together on us. And she didn't. There, now we got it. All right, what we got? 6.5 is only accurate if you hand load them to their specific getting by the box is a gamble. I'm not sure. Yeah, you might know more than me, J-Dog, in that opinion. I know they're more accurate. Whoops, don't want to break something. Here we go. I had to remove a bullet out. I forgot to put a charge in it. I was distracted by you all. Distraction. And of course, the thing shut off on us. Let's see, 308 is so overrated. Oh, I'm not sure. That's what you've been told anyway. Okay. Definitely was a little bit easier to get out. As long as it stays the right length, it should be fine. Let's see here. How is the FN Scar overrated? It's too expensive for what you get, probably. I mean, it's a good brand. I have an FN 5.7. What's up, Ammo? It won't let me say the same thing twice. Really? Well, it did, right? What's up, Ammo? Appreciate you coming. We got 338 Lapua right here we're monkeying with. Haven't did that in a while. All right, tear that. No, not off. Stupid thing. I'm pushing the wrong buttons. You got me. Yeah, that they're overrated, as in price. They're overpriced for what you get. Yeah, kind of like a Glock. Excuse me. Did you hear that one? A Glock. A Glock. Yeah. Excuse me. Kind of like a Glock. Yeah, we said it. We done said it. Takes a lot of power for this 338 Lapuas. A lot of powder. Okay, let's move all these ones off. They're just jerking around. What'd you all have for supper today? Or, yeah, supper or lunch? I had little Caesars for lunch. There we go. For myself, at least. Little Caesars pizza. Pizza, pizza. So Augs are kind of cool. Yeah, they are. I don't have one. They are kind of cool looking. Only 2 people. There's more than 2 people. The thing's never. It's not accurate, that thingy. It is not accurate. It hasn't been ever since YouTube Gemini took over for the algorithms. Thing is, they know about it because they said something about view counts having problems. And it still has it. That was about 2 weeks ago that they said that. Yep. Si, senor. Don't want the whole thing in there. It's too lazy to make dinner, so I'm making chicken soup. Toss everything in a pot and forget about it for an hour or so. There you go. Chicken soup. Fish soup. No, that's not accurate, the counter. It's been messed up. If it's not raining tomorrow, I'll probably do some shooting. It's been raining off and on all day today. Because I need to practice on some loads I did. Make sure they're okay. A couple more grains out. There we go. This is the biggest bullets this could probably fit in this machine because I actually have to put the bullet into the die and then lower it. Like up inside the hole because they're so long. This is a rock crusher, whatever they call these ones. It's a bigger size. Let's see, let me put the... Ah, he said, ah. Hey, if you're over on Twitch, J-Dog, you'd see what's happening a little better. Different angle. Got a fly half drugged. I think we finally got him. Get a nincompoop. Yeah, they need to put a longer timer on this scale. That's actually a complaint that everybody says about this little scale, this little Hornady one. That the timer is way too short of a time. It shuts off in like 30 seconds or less. It needs to be about 2 minutes. The auto shut off. Otherwise, it's kind of a waste. Because then you have to reset the whole thing. En la opinion de Jerónimo. Let's see, I'll try. Last time I hopped on your Twitch, it kept lagging on my end. That's why I came over here. Oh, got you. It's a little more muffled over there. At least that's what I hear. And when I re-listened to it, it was a little bit too. It could be because where the mic's located. I don't know where it is located. Depending on how I have the tablet. Like I have the tablet upside down right now, so I can get it better because the tablet needed charged. So I have it upside down so the charge port's up. There we go. What's up, Zero? How's it going, brother? What's up, Hen Hoss? How are you? Sorry, I can't remember your actual name. We just used to call you Hen Hoss because that's what your name says on there. I can't remember what your actual name was. Remember, you mentioned it. Let's see, you're over there usually on outdoor? Real outdoors? Real One Outdoors or something? Outdoor living? Or maybe MJ's. Maybe you're usually on MJ's Outdoors. Or family. MJ Farms. Let's see here. Hey, yeah, much better angle. Yep, yeah, I know, right? Hopefully it's not too, well, I can't show this process over there, so sorry. You guys aren't getting as good a show over there on YouTube. You see my head that needs a haircut. And what else? Jen, there you go. It's cold, 45 and raining. -2. Most of the day I'm a meat popsicle. Oh my. Yep, Real Outdoors. A few channels. Okay. Gotcha. Ah, he says. Got a little too much in there. Got to get it to a certain amount. Get them like really close. 3 grains more. There we go. We are supposed to get snow tonight and tomorrow and a couple inches of ice. Oh, that's not good. No driving. What's it saying? 0.2. And nothing's on there. Let's re-tear it. I have another, what is this? 12? 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got another 10 338 Lapuas that I need to recase shape and punch out the what do you call it? The primers. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more over on another spot. So I guess that's 15 of them that we could, but that shakes the table around so much because to recase those are pretty hard. Plus they're not cleaned. I need to clean those. These were a long time ago, but they've been out of the case, so that's why they're a little dingy looking. I cleaned them a while ago and put the primers on. They look like older ammo because of it, because the brass isn't bright and shiny like those other ones since they've been in a sleeve, little plastic sleeve. Hey, what's up, Matt? It will be 12 degrees. Hold it. Back to 0. 12 back to 0. Gotcha. And what'd the other one say? Howdy, guess who's back? Guess who's back? Back again. Tell a friend. Hold his hand. Uh-oh, not his hand. We ain't get here. We're gay as in happy, the original meaning. That one's a tick heavy yet. At least you're supposed to be. There we go, right on the money. That's the type of happy we like meaning. What is the original meaning of gay? Yep. Now, when I go to crimp it, I have to take this collet out and stick in the huge crimper right here. This is a crimping die, YouTube. It's no part of a gun. I have to put this one inside there instead. Big old thingy. No, don't do that. Don't shut off. Ah, it did. It's because it also turned itself on, the tracking, for some reason. I better hurry up, otherwise this thing's going to shut itself off. Yep, too much. Going too fast. So I don't want it to shut off. We need 80 something. That's all we'll say. 3 granules out. There we go. Creator says, I was talking to my grandma today, grandmother. She told me the high for tomorrow is supposed to be -5. Whoops, sorry guys on the other end. You guys kind of fell over there. There we go. There's 3 people watching over there now. Appreciate you guys coming by. Trying to get you guys stable again. We got 1 person on Rumble and 2 on Twitch watching. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce is the boss. Be from Boston. Try too much. Yep, figured. That's pretty cold. I haven't been in that cold in a while. The coldest I was in more recent was about a year ago. Here in Arizona, actually. 8 degrees. At my parents' place. I was staying in a travel trailer, and it was cold. Very cold. But up in other areas, it was like not quite as cold because they live in this little spot where like air swishes around, where it gets like colder than most areas. Okay, this is getting irritating. 2 things. This scale thing's sorry guys, you fell over. Here. You have to put an initial force on it and everything falls over. Alright, let's see if I can get you to stand up better. If I put some more weight behind it, it shouldn't. Let's put a different type of powder keg behind it. This taller, bigger one might work. Shouldn't fall down as easily. There we go. We'll try that, guys. Sorry about that. Hopefully you don't get motion sickness, huh? There we go. Anyways, yeah, they have this swath of cold air that goes through their property. And they're colder than a lot of places around here in Arizona where they live, or where I live even. Whoopsie. Oh dear. Hey, what's up, Compliant? Did you all hear that Pieta is making a clone of the Colt Python? I did not hear that. I thought they were only making clones of like old guns, like remakes. I did not know that. I mean, I guess the Python's been around for a little while. I need to get a hold of one of my customers and see when he wants me to put his bathroom faucets in. Unless he did it himself, which he didn't really want to. We are reloading 338 Lapua. See here, when it gets cold, that cold is not bad. When it's cold and windy, it's horrible. Yep. Zero says, as far as from SHOT Show, the biggest thing that caught my eye is the new Arcade laser rangefinder. Okay. Arcade rangefinder. I think there might be a couple other brands that would be better. I got a Vortex. I don't remember what model it was. For a pretty good deal, lightly used on eBay. Hey, Canella. Tomorrow will be a high of 25 degrees and a low of 16, central Texas.
Hello, Canella. What are you doing? I'm a good girl. You're a good girl. Oh. You're a good girl, Canella.
I haven't watched much of the show, to tell you the truth. I saw a couple stuff that like Bullseye Ben posted. He was with Randy Couture on one of them. I thought that was kind of cool. The wrestler actor, ex-wrestler actor, not ex-actor. I think he still does some acting. That's my dog itching herself, and her hand is hitting the her paw is hitting the floor. Clunk, 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 clunk. When she's itching herself. Hey, Brookside! Oh, we're reloading some 338 Lapua, which the thing done turned on us. That might get us in trouble. Thing done turned on us. Don't want to get banned here. Why does it keep jumping to 0.3, 0.2? I don't know. Or the scale here is having issues.
You have an issue? Well, here's your tissue.
Oh, yeah, that's a little too much. Getting spicy. That'd be more than even on the high end they want you to run. So a regular load of these. So the PSI of these are about 47,300 PSI, and on the high side, if I load these hotter, are 53,500. Now, if I use specific Lapua cases, which I have some Lapua cases, you can hop those up even hotter. I have a few Lapua cases. Is that my buddy back? I hear some music banging out. Bing bang bing bang bang. I thought he went to Walmart, and I forget where else he was going. Somebody sounds like they're here. Usually it'd be longer than that though. Ooh, fancy, fancy, fancy. Yep. Best part is they are designing a custom scope mount for it to mount on a rifle and range finders. Only 600 cheeseburgers. Only? For a rangefinder? 600 cheeseburgers? That's expensive. Pinch me silly.
It's expensive.
A decent Vortex one is 150, 200. I forget what I paid for mine lightly used. Vortex. Wasn't near that.
Get off the sofa.
How'd she get up there? She was just in here. Uh-oh, someone's saying bad words. Look at yours, kids. Canella, how did you get up there? We got everything closing you off. She loves getting on the couch. All right.
You're a certified dumbass.
Oh, what? Vortex version is 2K. So that must be a scope rangefinder all-in-one. What I'm thinking you said was something totally different. It's the rifle-mounted rangefinder ballistic data. So that's different. So it's an all-in-one. That makes sense. What you said at first is you just said rangefinder. That's why I was like, what? Rangefinder for 600 beans? Maybe if it's a Swarovski or a Lapua. Or not a Lapua, a Leopold. Swarovski's glass are expensive. Ooh, they're expensive. All right. I had a friend who had some Swarovski binoculars. Here he was from, he was a really avid bird watcher, but he was actually from, he's gone now. He passed away. Went to his eternal reward there in heaven. Pablo Yoder. He was over in Nicaragua. He was not born there, but. What's up, Eastern? What's up, bud? I got 3 more that I can get ready for crimping. These are like a mid-range. What I'm actually making is more of a mid-range, middle of the road, almost hot side, just a little under hot. I don't remember what I made the other ones. It was somewhere around there. Not much. You just got home. Okay. Do y'all get eagles and hawks and stuff out there? Yep. Yeah, we get bald eagles. We get which we did in California where I used to be too. We get red-tailed hawks, quite a bit of those. Kite hawks or kite falcons, something like that. We had a problem with a red-tailed hawk getting into our chickens when I was growing up. When I was working at a cattle ranch, we also had chickens that we raised for the eggs for the market, and it kept getting into getting our chickens. Red-tailed hawk. Let's just say it got taken care of. We figured out a way. That was interesting. Did you all get? Okay, that one I already mentioned. I already looked at. That initial clunk, you just hope it goes in right. All right. Last one of the 338 for tonight. I have another 10 I could do, but I would have to pop out the primer and reshape them and tumble them. All sorts of good stuff. So I'll just switch out everything to the 9s. Oops, a couple more grains. A little light. Now it's a little heavy. Gotta get that sweet spot. Sweet, sweet home Alabama. All right, we can shut you off. All right, that needs to go back in the bin. In the bin. In the bin. Brookside says allegedly. Yeah, right. Yeah, allegedly. How should I say? There was something of a bird that was at a distance that we thought was something else, and it ended up being something else. Yeah, these I'll put it once I put it back into my bin. As you're saying how much, I have it written on my I have a load data sheet right here in my book, and I'm just keeping them all the same load. That's true, because I don't want to get mixed up or forget what's what, right? Wouldn't be the first time. Hey, like them apples. That's the crimp. I got to take the insert out for that. That's if I can get it out with just these pliers here without damaging the threads. Buggers. I'm going to have to get my big pliers. Not sure where those are at. All right, I'll be back. I got to go get some pliers. Good. All right, guys, coming back now. Gotta grab some pliers. Some of these Weiras. These aren't Weiras, these are Nipex. Forgotten what was in some of my first gallery loads. Had to pull one apart to find out. Yeah, because if you don't know how many grains, gallery loads. Oh, for like shooting indoors, that type. All right, put the big boy in. Should be already adjusted to where it needs to be. I like labeling the bullet with basic data I load them at, so if I misplace my notes, I always know what is in the cartridge. Well, I better not misplace my whole loading book. That would be a bum deal. Right? Acts like it needs a little bit tighter. Thought I had it adjusted already. All right. Let me match it up with one of my others I've loaded before. Definitely doesn't look like it's crimping down in the right spot. Let me try something here. Pretty sure I need to get that on the... Doesn't really seem like it's wanting to crimp. Don't want to break my table here. I think it's crimping. Doesn't seem like it's crimping as well as I've done before in the past. Low pressure loads that don't go much more than 20 feet after it's in the barrel. Yep. You hear? No. Let's see here. Back this down a little bit. There we go. Now we're getting what I want. I can feel it. It's doing what I want now, my friends. You feel that little clunk where it actually crimps down on it. Still 2 people over there watching. One's on Rumble and one's on Twitch, I think. Yep. I almost wonder if the Rumble is actually myself watching myself. I don't know, but it says I have 1 follower. I almost think the follower is myself, which is strange. Put this right away. Yep, that's where we want it. Bigger is almost more fun to do. They don't take as long, in my opinion. Well, I already did priming of these earlier. The cases have been just sitting around. That's why they're a little tarnished looking. I already had them case fitted. I have another 10 that I can case, like pull the primer out and case fit them, but they just jerk the table around too much. You need this braced down on something stronger. I actually did the 330 at Lapua on my, at least case shaping, on my smaller one, but my smaller press, but I did it outside and it was just pulled the screws out because I just used screws to connect it and just ripped it right out. Hey, what's up, TDK? Yeah, I keep forgetting to contact you, bro? What info do you need from me? And how do I get a hold of you? 338 I have never heard of. One a 308. This is a 338 Lapua. They also had a 338 Winchester Win Mag. I do not have one of those. They're a long action hunting rifle. A lot easier to tote around than a 338 Lapua. But yeah, what do you need from me, bro? I won something from you, they said. And I keep forgetting to contact you. I'm not sure how to get a hold of you. Maybe it says it in your channel definition or whatever. My address. Probably, yeah, I figured. But do you have a way I can get a hold of you? Like on your channel, does it show a like an IG or an email on there or something? Let's see, what's my phone now? It is 75%. So let's go ahead and unplug it. And turn, whoops, sorry guys, neck broke. Turn this back on. I load for indoors, would be wax rounds. They're 20 rim fire for most of the powder dumped out of them, a piece of wax pressed in. So you dump out the lead, or you find rims that are already pre-primed? Because obviously you can't reload 22 unless you got the right stuff for it. Maybe you do. All right, guys, you guys. Oh, come on, dumb. Cord just went right behind. Dumb cord. Do you know how to do 22 reloads? All right, I need to flip this upside down, guys. We'll flip you back. There you go. Hopefully that didn't mess you guys up for the. There we go. Now I got to put you on the other side. There we go. Sorry, guys. It was a little bit of wonky tonk there, back and forth. There we go. But yeah, how do you? My email's on there. Okay. You move the lead for and pre-prime the cases. Reprime. Shouldn't they already be primed though? If you're just taking the lead off? At least I would think so. But I've never primed 22s. Isn't it like a pasty? At least this is what I heard. Like a pasty type, what do you call it? Material of some sort? All right. We just loaded. How many of those? Dittos. Here we go. These are cylindrical powder. What I put in here. It's for Magnum rifle powder. Anywho. And you won homemade spices. That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard. That is what I heard. All right, put the insert back in. All right, guys, we are done loading 338 today. As far as I needed, that's what I needed to do with those. Put the lid back on these. Not sure where the lid for that is. All right, we need to switch back to our 9mm. Which we need our machine back up here because that's got our 9mm sauce in it. Our 9mm sauce. Although I did find a couple more 357 mag. Did find a couple more of those. Reloader, we need the stuff that's holding up my tablet. The keg that's holding up the tablet. We need that. There we go. Put a little bit more in. I don't know how many we're going to do with 9mm, but we'll do a few again. Same loads as what we did the other day. La mismo, la mismo. bad view for you guys now. Let me move this a little bit. The tablet, because it's right in the way. There we go. I think you can see that a little bit better if it doesn't focus on the corner there. There you guys go. Hopefully it doesn't jerk around too much. Took one big jerk to do that. Russell, hello. A refined case involves scraping inside the rim, then diluting priming compound with alcohol or acetone and spinning the case until it dries in the rim. Oh, okay. Okay, that's a lot of work for a 22. Because I know, like, you could reload them. Like, I usually collect them and then just use them for recycled brass. But you technically could reload them. That's a lot of work, though, unless you have a machine that does it. Do you have a machine that does it? That's a lot of work, and they're, teeny little buggers. Teeny little booger. Teeny little boogers. Okay, let's see how many we loaded. Although one of these were already over here. I got it from up on top, so we'll just say that was this one. I don't think it was, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We loaded 26. Of course, we already had some of them. We already had them pre-primed, and we had them all cleaned earlier. All right, I need to put these in that case. These things are big. They're big. They be big, my friend. They'll be really big. How was your day? Pretty good. I took some stuff back for my parents to Home Depot and Tractor Supply. And then I went to, where else did I go after that? I went to a job trying to figure out where this leak is in the roof, and since it was raining, I could see which way it was coming from. Haitian Russell, reloading 22 seems almost pointless without cheap factories. Well, that's true, but he's like reloading it with wax, which I would think you could just pull out the tip and then just load it with wax, but maybe not. Saw some stuff from the SHOT Show. AXR guns look pretty cool. There you go.
There you go, my friend. There you go.
All right. Make sure we have this a little bit off to the side, because otherwise they're going to see something happening. Deprimer. Hopefully the deprimer works okay. I readjusted it. We'll see. We know not to do any more of those other ones. I do it all by hand. It takes about 5 minutes per case from start to finish, but you don't do them individually. You have a process to be able to do more than one at once? If so, that's the way you'd have to do it, right? Otherwise, it's kind of
A lot of work, my friends.
all right. A lot of work. They still all selling 4570. Yeah, they still sell a 4570. I need to get one. A trap door. I want a trap door and I want a lever. Probably a trap door first. Oh, let's see here. Switch to my other. I believe that was. Let's see here. I need to bend over the page so I can get to it quick. Here we go. Perfect. No, that's for 357 mag. 38 special. I'm not doing those today. 9 mil. We got 9 mil. 9 mil Luger. 125. Here it is. Alrighty. Of course, if they're that one brand, I'm not even going to put them through Norma. A lot of these are Winchester. Oh, there's another Norma. There's going to be Norma in here. No joke about that one. Some of these are what we just shot during Christmas. Of course, the Luger, it looks like it's the, oh, there's another WMA. Some of these have that RP on them. Which those are actually Remington. Those are Remington UMCs. 124 grains. Would you get an old or a new one? Of a trap door? Well, I don't know if they have a new trap doors. That'd be an old one anyways. Of a lever, I'd prefer an old one. I'd prefer a, but they're expensive, which, hey, so are the others. No, the ones I'm looking at are like over 2K, which I've never spent more than 2K cheeseburgers on something. Most I paid was 1,800 cheeseburgers for something. There's a Norma. That don't belong in there. No Norma, my friend. The Normas are from a while ago. Because I have not shot any Normas of late. I have a lot more brass over in some other places. Wow, that's a weird brand. Hey, Eastern or Zero, have you ever heard of this brand of shell? MXT. MXT. What about Matthew McCann? All right, all right, all right. Yep. Clean a bunch, then prime a bunch, then spin a bunch in a drill. You do 20, and the priming compound turns to paste that settles into the rim. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Creator, definitely both. But yeah, MXT. I've never heard of that shell brand. MXT. Probably when I gathered at the gun show or the gun range, or it was in amongst some of these. Who knows? Just an oddball in there. There's another Norma. We ain't doing Norma. Those things ruined my... They pushed in my rod so it wouldn't break it. There's a win. They're way too hard to push because the pinhole is too small. Need to switch it out and put a smaller one in. Or get... Well, you guys said Lee's are smaller, right? MXT is Bosnani or something. I'm not sure. First time I ever seen an MXT. I'm thinking of, you know, like a BMX bike or something. There's a S&B, which I did one of those the other day, an S&B. Another Norma. You don't want to do Normas. No Normas, my friend. No Normas. Remington. No, that's Ammo Inc. Rambo Inc. Another Norma. I didn't realize I had that many Normas in that thing. There's probably more in there too, obviously. I went through maybe 300 Normas because I think I have another 600. Probably. Or no, I bought 1,000, so there should be another 700 probably. There's another MXT. Hey, what's up? Russell, see ya. Okay, the hen house. Have a good night. Yep, same to you. Have a good one, hen house. Jen, right? Hoping to live to see the weather, but see you soon. Y'all stay warm. You too. You stay warm as well. It's not supposed to be too cold over here. We'll see, though. That one must be a 10 mil. It fit right inside of a... Well, that's a 40. How did I get a 40 in here? I don't shoot 40. Probably something I scooped up at the range. I don't have 40. There's another S&B. Or no, that's an RP. MXT, another one. I shoved a whole bunch more in here. Because I think I already had like maybe 50 to 70 in here. And then I ran some more in it. There's a Norma again. Naughty little buzzard. There we go. That's good for now. Another 200 in there probably. All right, we don't want to do those normals. Put those to the side. These are the 10 shells of 338 Lapua we need to do sometime. We got another 5 over there too, though. Those need cleaned and primed, though. TDK Knives, let's see here. Oh, he's leaving too? See you, buddy. Right now was awful. Now it changed hands too many times. Wouldn't know. I'm not sure. I do not know. Okay, it would help if I put some case lube in there. Popped out nicely. That's an MTX. But yeah, I need some case lube on it to reshape. Oh, yeah. Don't be doing that, Sunshine. Don't be dropping them. Ain't allowed. Oh, that was way better. Yeah, I've never heard of the MTX. They're pressing fine. Creator, what happened to Remington ammo? He said it changed too many hands, the Remington company. But does that mean that the ammo did too and all the other accessories? Or is it just their firearms? I don't know. Okay, that ain't working. The thing got loose again in there. Keeps getting loose. If it gets too loose, well, then it just shoves it up in there. All right, let's see if I can get this together so I can get it tight without the thingy breaking. Adjust that down. It's 2.4. Here, that should do it. I have a feeling that primer is a little bent. Maybe. Wouldn't doubt it. Let's see how. Which has been around longer, Winchester or Remington? I'd say Winchester. Haven't bought any Remington ammo in about 5 years, and it's still in an ammo can. Okay. I would say Winchester's been around longer than Remington. That'd be my guess. Because they were one of the first firearms. Actually, Beretta was one of the first firearms ever created, but supposedly. Supposedly. All right, let's adjust that back down. Oh, I found my Allen wrench that I lost the other day. Since I cleaned up in the room here. All right. Tighten up that. And then loosen up this. Set the pin. And bring it back down. Bring it home. Let's see, Beretta is the oldest gun company still in business. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that one actually made it in the trash can, I think. Yeah, they've been around, at least according to my firearm I have sitting over here. I think it says like 1680. That's what the date says on it, 1680, since 1680. I've heard that was wrong, though, so I don't know. So I'm curious if I should be weary of it. Of the Remington? Well, if it's still in the can and you bought it how long ago, it's probably still the good stuff. Last time I shot Remington white box, I had a squib. White box, that would be UMC, right? I have a couple of those. I have UMC, or no, that's a white box 303 British. It's not UMC, though. Then I have some yellow core locks of different ones. I do have some 32 ACP UMC white box. Most of mine are yellow box of my Remingtons. I got some 30-30, some 300 Savage, 38 Short Colt, and 25-20 Win. Win. $25.20 Win. Yeah, I need to order that primer catcher. If I stick the rag right here, it helps them from not flying everywhere. So we'll just put that rag back so it runs into them instead, into the rag. See, I bought it about 5 years ago. Well, shouldn't that be good ammo then? Or no? Oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to be loading the primers in at the same time. Me so stupid. Me stupido, hermano. All right, where did I put those primers at? I had them out. I know I did. They are around here somewhere. I do not know. Oh, they're down here. Oh. Supposed to put the primers in right after I'm done with the others.
I was wondering why I was having problems.
All right. You guys were probably already noticing that. He didn't put primers in those. Speaking of not putting primers, I found one the other day when I went to load it. I noticed the primer wasn't in it. I was getting a little pile of powder by the shell where, you load it up. I had a bad box of Winchester 5.56 white box. Had 3 of the 152 full case head separation, causing some crazy malfunctions. Case head separation? Those were extra hot then, huh? That didn't sound very good. They ain't sounding nice at all. See, I don't know when Remington started changing hands, but it has been stored properly. Well, it should be fine then, I would think. See, for 5.56, I've been running PMC the last few years. Korean stuff is pretty awesome. I have a couple PMCs. They're the X something green tip 5.56. The what do you call those ones? They are the X-Tac or something like that. Where is that? I got a box of them sitting over here somewhere. A couple of them. X-Tac, yeah. PMC X-Tac, they would be the green tip.
The green tip, my friend.
Yeah, the M850s. 855s, yeah.
Si, senor. Si, senor. Senior.
I think I already took that one out. So why don't you go on in there? There we go. All right, make sure those all have their primers in them. I just took everything out from underneath my bench, reorganized and cleaned up all the powder and primers that were all over the place. I cleaned up the room a little bit too. Anywho. Hey, Toke. I'm in Arizona. I live in Arizona. I've been here for a little over a year. I used to live in Cali for 12 years and so many months. Before that, I lived in Arizona. I'm from Arizona. Relec PMC M855. Yeah, I have. I would say probably most of mine are X-Tac of those. I think I have a few that aren't, that are from the white box. I think I have 1 or 2 150s. I think. I'm not really sure. I have boxes of 223 and 556 of white box, I believe. Excuse me. Most of my green tips are in an ammo can, not in the boxes anymore. But most of my 556, 223, at least a lot of my 556 would be inside the boxes still. Like the bulk boxes of 150 or 200. And I'm proud to be an American. Hey, what's up, waiters? What are you doing, my little friend?
Why you make so many squeaky noises? You make so many squeak noises. Squeak, squeak.
That's got to turn there a little bit. That's a good primer. You got a great singing voice.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Tacos for dinner. Oh, dude, can you send some my way? I'll take some street tacos, taco truck tacos. We used to have some really good ones there in Cali. I miss those things. Why are those not fitting? No wonder. They're the wrong box. They make them not fit for a reason. I noticed they looked a little different. Those are large pistol primers. No wonder. We need the small pistol. I had those out earlier. No, I was cleaning out some boxes. That's why I had them out. Those are for like 45 non-magnums. All my ammo goes into ammo cans when discant. Let's see. What else we got? Raiders High, High Creator. What do you EDC? Today was the 2.0 Bodyguard. 380 with some, what are those ones called that are by Winchester? They're one of their best protective rounds. What is it? It's the, I just stuck the box away. Here they are, the Winchester PDX-1 Defenders. These are some of the best 308s there are. They're expensive, but hey, how much is your life worth? These are about 28 bucks a box. Cheap buggers. Nothing for sale here, though, folks. All for educational purposes only. Like that sign right there says, not for sale. If I press, I'm getting squeaky. Try putting moly metal and metal paste on. Yeah, I put the this paste on it, but I think it's on the bolts. Because they say you can use that for shoe shine, too. Desiccants? Oh, those little berry thingy bobs, whatever you call them. It's like, this noise is like my bones in the morning. Right here. Okay, this must be a Norma. Yep, we ain't shooting that one. That's why that one wasn't working. I was like, what's going on there, folks? Because that one's a Norma. It's not Norma, it's not normal, it's garbage. It's garbage, hermano. It's basura. With no issues. Okay, I always store ammo in climate control, but I've shot a bunch of ammo that was stored kind of bad in a garage for the last 60 years. Well, mine's just in my room here, but we're in Arizona, so it's pretty dry here. Never had problems. I don't know which part is making the squeak noise. Did I clean this off not too long ago? See if we can clean it off with some of these. Yeah, I think it's the hinge point, not here. All right, clean off some of the stuff in the tube here. I think it's the hinge point. The hinge point, folks. Put some oil in there. Yeah, I think it's where the bolt goes through because it's not getting enough on it if I just put oil on the whole thing. Still making a little racket. It's better. You're 35 and your bones squeak. I was just joking. That was more of a joke. We be rough on our lives, my friend. Have a bit particular about how I store my ammo and firearms. Sounds like a moose. I know, right? So I got this in the way of you guys. Desert, you need some graphite for that. I'm not a big believer in graphite, to tell you the truth. I think it's the bottom wrist pin where it goes through. Pretty sure. I'm pretty and I'm sure. Can't you tell? I'm pretty and I'm very sure. Now, people was like all into graphite for locks and stuff, and to me, it's like if your lock's having problems, Don't put a Band-Aid on it. Fix it right. I can understand if you don't know what you're doing. Like, you know, I've seen these different plumbers and stuff. Not plumbers. Homeowners use those little drain weasels. Well, that's a Band-Aid. That's just trying to clean out the little area. It's about all it is, a Band-Aid. It's going to happen again.
It's gonna happen again, my friend.
That was a little tight. That was an ABT brand. Still got 2 people watching over there. You can use the lubricant of your choice, but it needs some. Yeah, it needs something. Well, I just put what do you call it on it? Remington gun oil. Rem oil. Moisture guard, rust prevention. Now it's not really making as much noise. Now that it's soaked in, I think. Let's see here. These Winchester ones pop out just about the nicest. Of course, the primers I'm using are Winchester too, so they marry pretty good. Whatever you call it. All right. Let's not drop our primers here. These things don't grow on trees. They aren't cheap, folks. I probably would not load 9. It's just I have the stuff to do it, so might as well. Graphite is supposed to be used when oil will attract dirt, but most of the time it doesn't help much. Dry lube works a lot better. Yeah, that's what I would say, dry lube, where people use graphite, i.e. locks and door hinges. Yep, I would say graphite. Dry lube is better. It's kind of a unique thing. It sprays on wet-ish. And then, yeah, it's unique. Very unique. That one went in rough. I do not know why.
I do not know why. Do not know why. And don't ask me why, because I do not know why.
I wish I had my other press set up. That way I could have one with the deprimer on it, one with the encase thing, one with the setter, and then switch it out so I can have faster, which is the plan for 9 mils. That's what I was planning on doing when I did 9 mil stuff. All right, let's move that out of the way for a little bit of this case stuff. 'Tis the plan eventually. Forgot to put lube in that one. It probably didn't. Oh, it pushed it out. Okay. Lubricant. Dry lube I have has graphite and moly in it. You should get a progressive for stuff like this. Yes. If I would load 9mm all the time, yes, I would. Because that's what that would be for, really. I think that one got in crooked, so I just repunched it. When it down, dump it out. It acted funny at first. It reset better later, so that's why I took it back out, the primer. I thought about getting a progressive, which I would want to get a Hornady, probably, maybe RCB, RCSB, but the Hornady one I like better, but it seems like Hornady stuff's just so much more expensive. Like, I can get a Lee progressive for way cheaper than a Hornady. And the dies all interchange. I thought at first they didn't. I was like, oh, you mean if you get a Hornady die, you have to get a Hornady press. If you get this, you have to get that. But nope. I was wrong. Just like I used to think jackrabbits were only male rabbits and cottontails were only females when I was growing up. Yep. How we used to be when we were little kids. Very funny like. Excuse me. I would go a lot faster too if I didn't have such a shaky table and that other thing running. Excuse me. The tablet over there running. It already shakes enough with me going slow. Right, folks? Those watching over there, all two of you. What about jackalopes? Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. They're fake though. The fake stuffed ones that people have in like shooting ranges or gun stores and stuff. I've seen a few, or like in, what else did I see them at? I'm trying to remember. Different places I've seen them. Different places, my friend. Hey, what's up, Darren? We're reloading some more 9. We already did some 338 Lapua earlier. Now we're loading some 9 up. I'm doing pretty good. I can't show you more detail than I am on YouTube, but if you hop over to my Twitch, which is the same Desert Armory and more. Come on, buddy. You getting loose again on us? I have it. You could have more detail over there. Yeah, they're picky about what they show, what you're doing with ammunition like this. So, ka-clunk. YouTube is. There is a reloading press called the Ammo Factory. That's the one I would like to get. I think it's produced by Dylan. Yes, I think you're right. And locally, someone had one for sale for about, I don't remember how much it was, but I remember it was like a lot cheaper. But I know what you're talking about. It was set up for 9 mils. Like a lot of automated. Like you just dump it in there and it sorts through it. And then like puts it in place and feeds it out the other side. Like almost all automated. And it was by Dylan. Dylan must be pretty good because I've seen it, some loading stuff for sale at my local pawn and gun. It was shotgun stuff that was Dylan. And it was pretty expensive, I thought. I thought it was pretty expensive, but maybe not. Yeah, see? 35 cheeseburgers, 3,500 cheeseburgers. I think it was like maybe 2 or 2,500 cheeseburgers, but he had other accessories too, so maybe it was a little more. Because he had all the stuff set up 4.9 and 5.56 too, I think. 223, 5.56. Oops, the primer stuck to my thumb when I stuck it in the holder there. The holder there. Holder there, boys. Holder right there. The press is essentially the gold standard. Isn't next Redding? Or RCSB. I know Redding's really good. The bottom of the totem pole, I'm not sure what that would be. Lee, maybe? Their dies are the cheapest. It's a someday thing. I'll never be able to save enough. Yeah, it's because what we have works. Like, unless I'm doing mass, I probably won't get a progressive. It just depends on how much I'm going to decide to reload eventually. Oh, yeah, I'm sure Dylan's better than RCSB. Even though that is good. I know their dies are more expensive. The cheapest dies are Lee. At least what I'm finding. Now, Lee had some of the stuff that I needed. The oddball stuff, which maybe some of the others did too. The stuff I have for my lever actions that are weird loads. The 2520. the 3220. What else? I bought that stuff new. I don't know if you guys saw my mail call. I just got the 40 in today, 9 mil, or sorry, the 40/10 mil. I did a mail call today, or mail call, and opened it up on a short. Darren says I have Lee, but that's what I got. I had only Lee, but that was only a couple until I found some on Marketplace as well as eBay. And that's the way I went for Marketplace. Was cheap. I got like $500 worth of dies, maybe. And maybe not quite. You know, RCSB usually costs about $60 to $70 a set, I think, maybe 50. And they gave me 7 sets for $25. Originally, it was only about 3 sets for $25, and I thought, well, I'm already willing to pay that. It was on Marketplace. Originally, it was $40 for 3, and I thought, oh, that's not bad. And it was close to me at a Tombstone. And so I saved it. The next day, they dropped the price to $25 for the dies. For 3 sets. And I'm like, okay, perfect. And then they lowered it, yeah. And then he gave me a whole bunch more. And plus, he has a whole bunch of everything else. He said someday he might sort through it and have to sell that too. How my dies are all over the place. LOL, Lee, Hornady, RCB, and Redding. I have 1 set of Redding, 1 full set of Hornady, which is 44 mag, and then 1 other of Hornady. This one right here is a Hornady that I have on the Vice right now. Same load. So true, Russell. So true. And when I load 200, 300 rounds, I just set aside the time and load them on my single stage. You can get them more accurate that way. Holderman or Holder Dare? I don't even know what Holder Dare is. I know what Holderman is. RCSB, I have the Rock Crusher I have been using for 20 years. This is a Rock Crusher. What I'm using here is 0. My other one's a small one, but the Rock Crusher has the interchangeable where you can do the bigger dies. Eastern Washington saving is hard. Yep. Let's see here. Oh, T. Especially if you decide, oh, there's a cheaper one. I'll just buy cheaper. You know, it's cheaper. Why do I have to save up for the more expensive? Of course, if you want that specific pew-pew, you got to save even more. Oh, someone messaged on the app over here. What do we got? Russell, that's a better view. There you go. Yeah, it is. Except when it jerks around, right? Like right now, it's a little bit wrong spot there because it's been jerking around. I really don't know. I need to start posting more stuff on Twitch. I need to figure out how to do that because I'm monetized over there and I haven't figured out how to post stuff. If someone could do a clip for me, that helps because that ends up being like a small video or a long one. But I haven't figured out how to save the whole video so that other people can watch it. It doesn't automatically save it like YouTube. You're saying of the same load as in like 9mm you have of every brand to load them? Is that you, Canela? Yep. What do you want, girl? You want to come in? You want to come in, Canela? Your bed's not in here, though. Your bed ain't in here. Uh-oh. I figured you were going to do that. It's a small spot for you to lift up your big old feet. What are you doing? Giving away free kisses? What are you doing, Nella? I said Holderman. Oh, okay. I'm not even sure what the difference of that is. Holderman. Pump out some more primers. I had a question for your Zero and Eastern. What primers would you use for 38 Special? I know 38 Special plus P, you'd probably use the small Magnum, small pistol Magnum. But what would you use on a 38 Special? Would you use small Magnum pistol or would you use small pistol? Okay, that's a Holdeman. I mean, not a Holdeman. That is a Norma case because it's being ornery. The reason why I've asked because, excuse me, got a hair in my mouth from when Canella went and tried to snug up against me earlier. My doggy. The reason why I asked is I wondered what you guys use, obviously, compared to what I used on mine earlier the other day. The regular 38 Special, not plus P's. I wish I had been a better Christian. Oh, that part. There you go. That's a good thing to always just strive for. It's called sanctification and perfection. Being more and more made into the image of Christ. You can use small Magnum if that's all you have, but small pistol works too. Okay, so I already had small Magnum out because I was loading 357 Magnum before that. Whoops, that one's still good. So that's what I stuck in them. Where'd you go? I actually punched out a good primer. There it is. So that's what I stuck in them. Because that's what I had out because I was loading 357 mag. I figured it'd be fine, but it probably just puts a little more oomph. I mean, that's what I used. That's what I would use anyways for 38 Special plus P's. Pistol firing, you can not notice the difference. Okay, perfect. Number 500. I'm using Winchester WSPs for the small pistol, and then for the Magnums, I have Federal Match. The gold medal. That's just because what I was able to find. That was on sale. That was half off. So I mean, normally I wouldn't probably buy that, but because they're the kind of the top line in a way. The Federal Gold Match. They're just what I was able to find, 1,000 of them. If I had more money, I would have bought a whole bunch more loading stuff. But I was like, this is good for now. Because I knew those were only going to be 357 mag and 38s. So for those, I knew there'd be enough. But I do have 2 boxes of a large pistol. I got one. I got a large rifle, and I should have got more of small pistol probably. I only have 1,000 of those, but I went through quite a bit of them lately. All right, let's pop out some more because I've been loading up so much 9mm. I have good luck with CCI. I have CCI for my small rifle. For my small rifle would be like I think that's what my 25-20s and 32-20s take. They're for those levers back there. And I'm almost sure, I'm not 100%, but I think, not that one. I'm pretty sure my brass, no, I think these are large pistol, sorry. I think these are large pistol. My shotgun brass. Yeah, that's large pistol, it looks like. That's CCI, I think. Or no, that's Winchester. But yeah, I do have a couple. I didn't buy a lot. I just bought like 3 or 4 of these CCI 400s for small rifle primers. That's the 3220 and 2520. The only primer I've completely given up on is Remington primers, all of them. Well, I have Remington primers for my 338 Lapua. We'll see how they work. You can actually use small rifle for 38 special and 307. Oh, okay. Okay. They actually like there was a special one for them. Maybe for match stuff, yeah. Tend to go with CCI primers when I can get them. That's true. They probably are better, yep. You use the number 500. Okay, these are number 400, but those are small rifle. See that one already sized. We need to put some primer in it. Yep, I already sized it. Primer in it. Almost done with my little pile I had set aside to do tonight. Of the 9. Of course, there's like 10 off to the side that are Normas that we're not going to load. I need to stick those in a different box so I don't keep mixing them up. So I had 9 out of 100 sleeves not go bang. Out of Remington? Out of 100 sleeves. Like this is one sleeve here. 9 out of 100? That doesn't seem like very bad to me. I don't know. 100 sleeves is 1,000 primers, so wouldn't it be? No, that'd be more than that. 100 times 100, that'd be 10,000. 10,000 primers, and only 9 went kaput. That sounds like a pretty good turnover for me. To me. Is UCI, but the Magnums are usually the hardest primers, so some guns can get light strikes when they're run Winchester. Yeah, so like I have the box up here. It's Federal Premium Golds, gold medals. They're specifically for small Magnum pistol match primers. So those would probably always go boom. Let's see, 100 sleeve, 9% failed. That is a little worse. That is a little worse. We'll see. We'll see on these. They're Winchesters, WSPs. Okay, now I gotta change this out.
You have to change it up, Mike. Si, senor. Si, senor.
These is a Hornady one. We need this swidger. Whoops. They took the whole thing out, brothers. Took the whole thing out, brothers and sisters. CCI loads are 100% to date, and Federal good too. Yeah, Federal I'd say is probably on a little higher side than CCI. At least the Federal Premiums, that's what I have. So the match grade, mate. It's the match grade. So it's got to be good, right? It's got to be good. Anything match has to be better. At least I would think so. All right, let's hold that still. The big sleeves come out from the little one. That's why I brought both of them out, I guess. I was like, I think I'll just bring both of them out just in case. Glad I did. And it's been ornery. What the what? What the what? What in the world are you doing right now, my friend? Why you be so stubborn like that? Why you do that? There we go. Tighten that collar back up where it was. The Hornady remind me a lot of the RCSB because they kind of have the similar top rod that pops out. They got the little set screw for the sleeve so it doesn't get loose. Lee has just a tighter sleeve, so you don't have a set screw. At least that's what I've noticed with the Lee I have. I don't know about Lyman. I only have a couple Lymans. I was using it for the 357 mag. Oh, let's see. My best standard deviation in 6.5 is with CCI BR2 at only 3 feet per second. Federal Gold Match average 7. Oh, the difference. That's pretty good. Both of those are pretty good. I'd say.
Oh, I'd say it's pretty good, mate.
Was that what those dinky ones for? Where did I find that? There should be an Allen wrench somewhere with a dinky little one. I found the teeniest of Allen wrenches. It's for these ones.
Anywho, mate.
Make sure it's not spreading too far. Single digit is all I want. Yeah, all you ask for. Yeah, that's standard deviation. That's pretty good. Yeah, well, that's good. That's like match grade. If you can get single digits, let alone 3. I mean, that's real good. 7, it's like right there, real good. But that other one definitely. Scary thing is, one of my best 500 shot rounds had a standard deviation of 25 feet per second. That is a little farther. So you did better on a worse bullet. I haven't done 500 in a while. I need a spotter is what I need. That way I can see what's happening with the shots. But it's a metal gong, a 1-foot metal gong at 500 yards. So I have a bunch of Federal number 100 champion small pistol primers, and they're about the equal of CCI number 500. Okay. I don't know what number these are. They're 200s. They're GM 200mm. No, GM 200M. There's Federal gold for the 357 mag. They have some cool hit indicators nowadays, but they're really expensive. Yeah, they recently added, well, it's been a little while, a light to that gong that's 500 out. And supposedly they added it up to 700 now, so I need to go back out there with my 330 at Lapua with my better rounds, not the honey ones I just loaded up. And crank her out to 750. And they've got a light on that one too, supposedly, a 1-inch gong. They have one at 400 too on one of the targets at 400. But yeah, that thing can go, they're supposed to go like almost 2 miles with the right ammo. The German chronographs for 1,000% worth the money. Oh, the Garmin's, yeah. I heard Athlon, I think it is. Or is it Arkin? Somebody came out with another one. I think it's Athlon. They came out with one. It's very similar. And it's rated just as good, supposedly. I think it's Athlon, yeah. It's Scope Company. Aren't they $500 or $600 though, a Garmin? I'm pretty sure. For the chronograph. You just need to get real big on YouTube and someone will give you one. Like other people. What's up, Jelly? It's been a bit. How are you, bud? Yo, one back. Went with the Caldwell Velocirator. That it calibrates the bullet BC with each shot. No more crushing numbers or having to shoot 100 or 300 to get drops. Return after a long time. Long time. Long time. Think so long. 22 likes. Yours probably says 23. We got only 5 people in here, supposedly. But YouTube view count we know doesn't work. The sad thing is they calculated off of the wrong working one. The Kestrels are also crazy expensive, but pretty awesome. Kestrel anything's outrageous. Like the wind, the little wind indicator thing. It's like $400. You were live earlier, but I was on Call a Girlfriend. Yeah, I've been live for this one, an hour and 50 minutes, and hour and 52 on Twitch and Rumble. Kestrel has a new economy meter coming too. Yeah, those wind. I got a cheaper wind one. Haven't tried the BR2 primers, but the BR4 small rifle primers are really good. Okay. Are they equivalent to these then? The small rifle CCIs, the 400s. Those are like for probably Hornets or 17 Hornets. Definitely for the 32-22 and my 25-20. 32-20 and 25-20. They're small rifle primers. Number 400. Those are just for my local cow ranch. That's where I got those. They got some reloading stuff there. Quite a bit, actually. Dies? Not really. They don't really have a lot of dies. They have a few. Projectiles, decent amount. That's actually where I got my 32-20 from. It's a 32 caliber, so it was the right size. It was the same as, I think, as a 32 ACP, so that's why they had it. They were Hollow Point XTP Hornadies. It's cool. Is it now, man? I know a guy that was a Marine Scout sniper and is a SWAT sniper now. He buys all that stuff so he can acquire targets fast. There you go. I would spend money on that. They're also made by CCI. Oh, okay. The BR2s and the BR4s. Okay. Let's see here. I almost think you mentioned that before, that you had a buddy that used to be a sniper and is again for SWAT. Be kind of fun to see what a hunter does against one of those. There is a channel that I watch that has done that. They compete. It just reset itself. It usually does it right after 2 hours or right before. But yeah, there's a channel I follow that competes against SWAT, police, all sorts of stuff. It's pretty cool. At their property or wherever they're at in Wyoming, or is it Idaho? I can't remember. I wouldn't spend the money on it. Oh, which? On the Kestrel? Yeah. All right, we are done with those primers, so let's put those back. I accidentally pushed the button to turn on the scales, and I did need it on, so it's perfect. All right, let me make sure I'm getting my right. I believe I did. Yep. Oops, I keep pushing the power button instead.
Me no likey. I hit the wrong button, my friend.
I did get a crimp, a Lee crimp, because I thought I didn't have a crimp. And then I found one later on, not realizing I had one. There's my seat. All right. Once I get this adjusted, I'll go ahead and set the ring here. I went and bought a Lee one. It's this one right here. I didn't realize I did have one. A tapering crimp die, 9mm Luger. Because the one set I had, the RCSB, didn't have one. I didn't think it did, but here I found one later. Well, I mean, my Redding. Let's see here. These 9s I've been doing like a mid-load because they're a little bit heavier. So I'm just doing a mid-load on them.
A mid-load, my friend.
A little long yet. Short, I mean. See, this ring I never had locked, so that's the problem we're running into here. An auto trickler is another someday thing for me. Hey, I got one. I got mine on eBay for a pretty good deal. 1125. Okay, that should work right there. That just looks too far out. Oh, it is. That's why. supposed to be 1069. I'm looking at the wrong chart. So that's good there. So we got to adjust that down a little bit more again. About where it was. Yeah, I got one off of eBay. The RCSV. It was lightly used, but it looked brand new for a pretty good price. Right, let's back that up just a little bit more. That was something I decided to spend. I jerked some of the stuff out, so it was way too heavy. But yeah, that was something I decided to spend on. I reeled like 20 different calibers now. Eventually I'll get up there. Right now I'm loading 338 Lapua, 357 Magnum, 38 Special, and the Plus Ps, 9 mil, 3220, 2520. So there's 6 different ones, and I just got to dice that in for 10/40. So that'll be 7. I need projectile. No, I have the projectiles. I need to figure out what type of powder. I don't think I have the right powder yet for the 10. What's up, Lisa? How's it going? I'm doing some reloading, actually. Happy birthday, by the way. I already told you that on Facebook, but not in real life. Isha and I have had very good luck with my Franklin interdropper, and it has Bluetooth for the phone control. Also, they have amazing lifetime warranty. If it messes up, they send a new one. I did not get a Franklin for 2 reasons. One is their control boards go out all the time. 2, their customer service is garbage. That's why I did not get a Franklin. I looked at the reviews, and the RCSB had less complaints and less problems. RCSB also does have a Bluetooth one. You're welcome, Lisa. How was your birthday, by the way? She's a fellow Arizonan now. Well, not from Arizona, but they moved here a few months back. I've known them for like 15 years. But yeah, I did not go that route on purpose. Because say it might be lifetime warranty, but if customer service is garbage, at least this one good. Awesome. Hey, it's Nacho Cheese. What we doing going on here? We did 338 Lapua. Now we're loading up 9 mil again. My battery's going dead on my extra light here. So I think I have another battery sitting here that's full charge. Yep. It's a smaller battery, so it won't last as long, but there we go. But yeah, they had worse customer service, the Franklin, so that's why I didn't go with Franklin. Sorry you had bad reviews. I've had my dropper for 5 years, no issues. No, I never bought one. I've just read bad reviews when I was looking on the reviews. New one shipped within 4 days. I don't think they were just Karens either, because a lot of people were saying that the customer service was bad. The touch screens on them were horrible. They kept going out on them. So I was like, I'm not going to go that route then. Make sure these are good yet. They're a little long. I wondered if they were. I didn't adjust it much. They shouldn't be too long. Let's retry that one. They're good if they're not hollow points, but since they're hollow points, they got to be just a little bit less. With the 125 frame versus the 124. I had it right, I thought. I guess not. All right, let's do that. That's perfect. Okay, let me recheck these real quick. That's just what I was reading, so that's why I didn't go that route. Yeah, I'm glad yours went well. And it wasn't just like one person having that issue. There was multiple people saying that they were having issues with their units. There we go. That, for some reason, is light. So let's redo that one. When in doubt, pour it out. So, yep, go with what feels right. Yep. Critter says for what? A trickler. Auto trickler. Bluetooth and connecting to the internet are not big selling points for me. Honestly, I would prefer one that doesn't connect. Right. Well, less problems. Excuse me. Silver broke 100 in Oz today. What? Hey, what's up, Guns? Dude, it's been a while. I saw you comment on one of my videos a little bit ago. Electronic or musical skill. There you go. There you go. That's what he wants to learn, or a skill he wants to wish he had. Not invisibility or something like that? Supervision? Come on, buddy. A little bit more. There we go. You don't want supervision? Flight? Odd hours, new sleep schedule. Oh, I got you. The Bluetooth for the Franklin is nice because you can save load data and quick pick for save loads. That's true, I guess, because then you don't have to remember your little, either your sticky notes like Kenrod has on his wall, or go to your load data box. But, I mean, to me, it's not very that hard unless you're doing it. But yeah, I just want to pass that aptitude test. Aptitude test, is that for the for getting your own license?
Hey, buddy, how are you doing?
For getting your own electrician's license? Because if I recall, you do electrician.
Ready for the weekend, I guess.
Or not. No. Still two people chilling over there on Rumble and Twitch. Union, yeah, but it was electrical, right? I thought. Union job for electrical. That's a 380. Hornady 380. I don't even own Hornady 380. I might have had a few at one time. I haven't had my 380 very long, so. Let's see here. Yep, I'm finishing my schooling and I got to pass the aptitude test. Awesome. And then this guy says, I know someone XS. Unions are difficult to get in. Where I live, you have to know someone. He knows someone. He knows someone who knows someone. Then you get that someone to help you out, and then that someone who knows someone help you out. Uh-oh, what happened? He didn't even pour anything. Come on, bro. What's up, man? He gave up the ghost. He's like, nice. It'd be nice, my friends. It'd be really nice. But yeah, if it's not raining tomorrow like it was today, I'll probably do some shooting for you guys. Been using a balance scale for many years. That punching in what I want to load would be 1,000 times simpler. It is. I think so, anyways. If I don't do it for my 338 Lapua because I don't want to dump out all my powder that I was going to use for 9s today. Unless I was doing like maybe 100, I'd just do it by hand on the little Hornady. The problem though with that Hornady, it shuts off too soon, the little Hornady scale. I had a different brand and it went out right after the 30-day warranty went out on Amazon. I'm like, hey, I've just started using this thing and it's garbage. And it's just like a couple days after the warranty went out. And they worked with me and let me return it. It was called Acu something, I forget. So then I just went with the Hornady. The problem is Hornady, a lot of people say, yeah, that time's out too soon. So if you're not fast enough in loading, it shuts off on you sooner than you'd like it to. I'm also getting better at this, obviously, and so that helps. The more you do something, the better you get at it. Plus, the trickler's working decent right now. Maybe because the can's a little fuller, so it's letting it trickle through quicker. I don't know. It's getting to my weight quicker. If I recall, I'm putting these on the hotter side, but not hot. Let's see. Yeah, they're on the high load for this powder on the high side. The low side would be 26,500 psi. The high side is 32.6, which isn't the hottest I can make these if I had long shot, but I don't have long shot. But these aren't plus P's. They're just the hot side of 125 grain, which is about 1,060 feet per second. I could crank it all the way up to 1,182 if I had the right powder, but I do not.
What's up, Viper? Do you have modem? A modem? Years ago, we had a modem. I might still have my plug-in modem that's about that big. It was for internet via phone line. Tricklers like mine, it learns the longer you use the same powder, the better it gets and faster charge. Possibly. Just right now, it's going a little slower. Meant you have modern... Oh, you said modem. Modern military guns. Copies. I have a AR-15. That's right here in the speech. You can't see it. And then I have an AK-47 that people would still use. It's a modern day. It's not old. It's a few years old. That's about it. Well, that one went real fast. Beep. Let's see. Do I have any modern handguns that would be military? I don't think so. I mean, they're modern, but not military. Thanks for coming by the way, Viper. I have a little Hornady digital scale, but I don't use it very often because it doesn't stay zeroed out around other electronics. Interesting. Another thing is the HVAC kicks on. It throws me off a few tenths. A few tenths. You're like saying for when you're reloading? Because the air movement? Huh, okay. This only goes to tenths. It doesn't go to thousandths or 10,000ths. For grains at least. Viper, if you're new, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe. YouTube isn't being the best of this type of channels with gun content stuff. We do also hiking and outdoor stuff as well as cave exploring, mine exploring, all good stuff like that. And then, yeah, we've been doing some reloading the last few evenings. Last night, I was pretty tuckered out, so I didn't do any lives. But I'm also on Twitch and Rumble, which is running on my tablet, which is doing a closer view of what I'm doing. YouTube, you can't do that on. So I've got 2 or 3 people on that one right now on Twitch. There's 2. One's on Twitch, one's on Rumble. They're listening in over there. We'll cause overcharge. 1/10 might, yeah. So I signed today at a union for DRU users against the government, whatever that is. I subscribed a little long ago, but just haven't been watching much. That's another thing too, Viper. YouTube hasn't been pushing this content to even old subscribers. And so you might not even know I'm doing stuff. And then randomly, oh, you get the alert. And you would think, oh, long time, haven't seen you forever. And I'll be like, actually, I've been doing it all along, other than they gave me a strike, so I was off for a week. Of course, I didn't do anything wrong. They said, oh, you have proof, but you still did something. That doesn't make any sense. That's because YouTube is gay. YouTube is gay. There we go. YouTube's okay, long time gay. But yeah, what's a DRU user? I don't even know what that is, Russell. We're reloading 9s tonight. We did 338 Lapua earlier. What was it, 27 rounds of that? Forget. Something like that. But we did doing 9 off and on quite often. And before that, we did 38 special and 357 mag, which I have like 6 cartridges of 357 mag sitting over here. Because it was in my case. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it was in the case where the gun usually sits. So I had a couple of those in the case there. But yeah, we've been doing 9s quite about 100 or so each evening, a little over. Except the first evening, I had to adjust all my dies because I hadn't done 9 ever. So they needed adjusted to my press. These were adjusted to the other guy's press because I got them used off of Marketplace, the dies. We'll also do the G go bye-bye. What? Did the G go bye-bye? Oh. Washington. For DRUG users against the government. Eastern Washington, I don't know. LOL. I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know. Allegedly, I do not know. Because we do not know that. Now it's slowed down, the little reader. Sometimes I got to recalibrate it. Make sure it's still level. Adjust the feet up. Because if I put it exactly where it was, it'd be off level. So I'd adjust the back feet up. Yeah, that one was fast. That is what you need to do all the time, my friend. That is what you need to do, okay? Next time you do the same. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Eastern Washington, I don't know. I don't know. But next time you need to know. Otherwise, you go bye-bye. What's that little symbol in the front, Eastern? It's like a Chinese word with an A by it. J-Dog's had that too. Is it an Apple phone? Because J-Dog, I think, runs Apple. I don't know, but I think so. I very much think so. Does this even have plus P loads for 9 in here? It does for 38 plus Ps. Let's see if it does for 9 mil plus Ps. It doesn't. Huh. Okay. Unless it's before. Maybe it's before it. Let me check. No, before that's 380. It doesn't. Guess they figure you figure that out yourself, huh? You figure it out yourself. You do now. Did they figure on the high side it's going to be plus P already? I don't think so. Excuse me. Those are for Winchester cases. These are kind of a variety. Some are Winchester. Quite a few are Winchester. Others are the Remington RPs. The Remington Peters or Remington Luger. There's a Win. ABT. This one's the RP. Anywho. Hey, what's up, Ranger? Have been here in like 5 months. That's YouTube. Between YouTube and maybe you being busy. YouTube don't like this stuff. So they have not been pushing it for a while. But yeah, welcome back, buddy. Appreciate you coming by. We're live pretty much every evening, 6 p.m. So if you don't get alert and you want to watch, I'll probably be on. Last night I put a short saying I wasn't going to be on because I got home at like 6:30. I was pretty tuckered out. Didn't even have supper yet. And so I posted a couple shorts for you, I think, instead. I think it was. Yeah, I posted a short for you. I think that was last night, of the deck I made for my parents. So yeah, if you have the time, I'd appreciate it if you could hop on, just like everybody else wants that. But I'm usually live every evening still. It's a little different format, not quite in depth with the guns in your face because YouTube gave me a strike for no reason. And so I've been trying to play on their nice side for a little bit till February 9th, I think it is. Or is it March? I forget. I think right before this is brain rot. Yep. Typo. I have pled the case multiple times and they keep rejecting it, even though they said, oh, we know you have proof, but you did it anyways. If they could roll that one back, I would be out of it and I would have not even a warning anymore. No warnings or no strikes. I had a warning before, which was for no reason either. You have 11 gems. Okay. That's like 11 cents, I think. If you do the 100% 11 times, that'd be 11 cents. We're almost there. Come on, Trickler. Come on, a little bit more. Didn't beat, but it made it.
Might have to recalibrate it again. I need to do full calibration sometime with little weights. I did a long time ago when I first got it. Why was the stream before something about someone texting an AI pretending that that's their mom and there's going to say that they got their cousin pregnant and the bleep is going on in the brain rot? Oh, that's retarded. There's some people that do lives. I don't understand how they get. They're like, oh, so-and-so subscribed. Thank you. This person subscribed. Thank you. Oh, and if you give this certain super chat, this, that, and the other will happen. And it's literally like, click, click for the subscribes. And I'm like, he's doing nothing. He's just asking you to subscribe. Like, does he do a lot of other stuff on regular videos or shorts? I don't know. Just like, how do you just get that many with doing like nothing? Like, is it an actual person doing it? Like, just to, like, are they having a bot do it? Like, so it's funny, like, or like, I don't get it how they do that. Same with this person which I watched theirs, a ventriloquist. She sings ventriloquist back and forth. And that one, yeah, that should get some subscribers. That's pretty cool. I think ventriloquist, whatever you call them, I'm getting a tongue twister, are very cool. Ranger says, yeah, they're literally trying to get like 50 of those things that you never get in your entire career. And it's dancing disco or something. Oh, dancing disco? They have 2 different disco ones, I think. And they have 2 different seal ones. The clapping seal's not too bad. Or the one laughing disco. But there's 2 of them that are really expensive. So they had 500 purple things at the bottom. And they have like 10 reds. Someone spent over hundreds of bucks. Yeah, red starts at, well, it's a pinkish red, I think. Like it's 50, and then up from there it gets dark red for 100 and over. See, that's what I don't understand. Why in the world are people paying for that stuff when it's the dumbest box of rocks? I mean, good for them, but it's like, we do honest stuff. Is that the young girl that does the ventriloquist? Yeah, she's like 21, 22. She's really good. I actually like watching her feed. Laughing Disco. Yeah, there you go. I like watching her shorts, or not her shorts. When after she's done doing her singing, she does gaming, and she gets way more donations on her singing versus the gaming, and more subscribers. It's more active, obviously. But yeah, I follow hers. Pretty much every night she's on. She's probably live right now. And then in the evening, later evening, she goes to gaming, which I'm not into gaming, so. There's 5 disco parties for over 35,000 gems. Ouch. That's a lot of money. A lot of moolah. There we go. Sometimes you got to help the trickler along. That's crazy. I didn't have supper yet, so I'm a little hungry and starting to get there. I had lunch at like 1:30 something, I think it was, at Little Caesars. It took a while to make my food, I thought. I thought they would have had some stuff already ready, but because it was a lunch special and it was before 2, so they should have had some lunch special ready, but hey, at least that was fresh. It's on the pizza I'm going to have after I'm done. The only cheese I have left, unless I finished it, I might have finished it, is some mozzarella, but I think I'm done with that. And I might have a little bit of sprinkle cheese left, but I need to go shopping. But I was waiting for a check to clear. And I put it in yesterday after they closed, so it won't clear till tomorrow. From a deck, my parents' deck. They paid me for the rest of the work. They paid me some already. And then I finished yesterday, so they paid me the rest. Plus, I got other bills coming up that I got to pay. Credit card debt. Credit card to pay, sorry. All right, my little friend, you can go ahead and speed up again. Oh, and I don't have any string cheese either out of that, so I need to see if any of their places have string cheese on sale. One of our grocery stores, either Walmart. I don't shop at Walmart that much, but I usually go to these other 2 places. Ours have 3 people watching. It shows 1 on my side. It's YouTube for you. They do not
They don't have the counter's not right. So that's one thing you'll notice, Russell, Ranger. You know how I used to get like 150 to 400 people in here at once? That is no more. As soon as I got monetized, it dropped some. And as soon as they give you your first warning or strike or whatever, they keep dropping it, dropping it, dropping it. But even when I was shadow banned, I still got 1,000 to 3,000 impressions per live, which was decent. Then YouTube has Gemini for the algorithms now, and that's when everybody's tanked. Yeah. Then it went down to only like 5 people at a time. If you get 20 people at a time, that's something that's cool. Okay, does it consider self-schooled for not taking care of yourself? Oh, for for not eating supper already? I know. But I just wasn't hungry when I started, so going to be staying here until like I have to go to bed. Don't really know when that is, LOL. Oh, there you go. Double send? Oh, I did send twice. Yeah, sometimes they do that. Still got 2 people watching on, one's on Rumble and one's on Twitch. It's probably myself watching myself, right? But yeah, if you look down here, oh wait, what's this stuff happening? Oh, what's this? You have 2-year cheddar? I'm having 2-year-old white cheddar. There you go. Hey, can you wish me a happy early birthday 5 more days? Well, if you're going to be back more, I don't want to be, I don't want to say it when it is your actual birthday. It's like counting your chicks before they hatch. Right? Let's see. We should find out how many people we actually have in the chat. I don't know how you could. The thing is, well, I guess I could figure that out. Ask him to put something in there. But ask him to put something in the chat. Because there's more than 2 people. William, what's up? Greek status man, I'm constipated and need help. Any tips? Prune juice, jogging, loosen it up, jumping on the trampoline. Yeah, it shows 0 people in here right now. And there's like 5 or 6. An enema? Glycerin up your bum? Yeah, it says 2 again now. It's back to 2. Put a 1 in the chat if you're here. Put a 1 in the chat if you're listening. I want to see how many people are actually here. Because YouTube's counter is wrong, and they're going off a wrong number. Put a 1 in the chat only once to see who's in here. That right there shows 4 already, and it only shows 2, and for a little bit it showed 1. So at least 4, and it only shows 2. Thing is, YouTube said they know there's a counter with a view issue problem. About 2 weeks ago they said it. How come they haven't fixed it? And then it's not loading up the hours properly then. The more watch hours I get, the more I get back from YouTube. Of course, if you're trying to get watch hours for monetization, already liked and subscribed months ago. Well, liking is every live. You have to like every live, so just double tap the screen. 4 in the chat, liars, YouTube. I know, right now it's showing there's 1 person in the chat. Gemini, what is up with you? Nada. No, there's a lot of stuff wrong with it, probably. YouTube is drunk again. It's the Gemini. It's the Gemini. As soon as Gemini took over, thing is, someone the other day admitted that YouTube said that Gemini is having problems. Just take it away then. And they're like, oh, we can't take it away because that's what they told me. And I'm like, hey, you guys put it on, so take it away. Use what you're using before. YouTube is weird because for some reason it's making me double send. That is weird. You can know what's up. The big dog is in the house. You can no, don't be digging around in that. Don't be digging around in that. Those are walnut hulls for. It's not food, Canella. That isn't food. What are you doing? What are you doing? Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't mean to turn it off. I meant to recalibrate. Oh well. It's the cinnamon puppy. Yep, that's Canella. Canella. What happened to the goat? I never had a goat. Not here. I had a goat. Excuse me. I had a goat in Honduras years ago. Yeah, I can blow on the thing and the grains move. The weight, I mean. I have 2 donkeys. They're outside wandering around. Wandering around. And we just got a lot of rain, so they're digging up the ground like crazy. You back, Canilla. Look who's back. Back again. Oh, you were digging through the trash, weren't you? You found something. You found something, huh, Canella? All right, back again. Let's see here. That's why I used the cover for me. The cover. So it says skill you wish you had in the corner. Swimming skill. Okay. She sounds very happy about what she found. It was my roommate had like that foam plate that's underneath the steak that you buy, that little foam piece. She was licking it and whatnot. Let's see here. I won't be needing swimming soon because it's January. Yep. Ranger, I can teach you swimming and long distance swimming. Count 4 ones and shows 4 in the chat. Mine shows 0. I guess you all are ghosts. We need, what's his name in here? The guy whose name is Ghost. It shows 0 people in here. Now 1. Gemini, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, Gemini? I do not know. It shows 1 person. When it showed 0. Boo, boo. Never mind, just went to 1. Shown. Now it's back to 0. Oh, now back to 1. I do not like that. That is just crazy. I do not think that there's 1 person. No, there's like 4 or 5 of you chatting back. There's Ranger, 0, Eastern, and Russell talking right now. That's 4. This should at least show 4. YouTube glitch, and they know about it because they did a. They said it was having that problem. Right after I complained about it, and they said, "No, it's all good. There's nothing wrong with your views. Nothing." Then they post about it and say there's a problem. Yeah. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. They are crazy, man. Crazy man, crazy man. You're such a crazy man. Oh, wait, that's Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Go ahead. You're not there yet. There you go. You took long enough. You took your jolly old time. Ranger says, me. Canella, are you digging through the trash again? Huh? You digging through the trash? Well, we're about done with loading, and then we got to crimp the tops, and then we'll be good. Let's see, that one is that one. White deer. Who's watching a Marvel movie? I can hear it in the background. $5 YouTube guys. Sound like a Marvel movie starting up on my friend's phone over there. Could have been a short from one of them. Excuse me. It's going real slow now. Priced out that rare ammo I have, 11K in value. Wow. So the counter says 2, I count 5 for 100 rounds. Dude, it's like gold. I have some that's really expensive too, and I should just list it and see how much I can get. Wish that you guys knew what a Siberian Husky is like. That thing is terrible. I do know what one's like. It's eating snow and they can jump your fence even at 6 feet tall and don't know how long it meters through, sir. Yeah, I'm not meters, it's feet here. But for Russell it'd be meters. No, my landlord had a husky. It just showed up in the area and she adopted it and reprogrammed the chip to her name. The owners were like 20 miles away and they're like, oh, I don't know how it got up the mountain to you. Yeah, you dropped it off. But it was a type of husky. They named her Winter. You know, like the season, winter. And also there's more stuff about Siberian Huskies. They're terrible because they just will not listen. Yeah, hers keeps jumping the fence, so they made like a tall fence and made it really nice recently. They've had her a year now, or a little over a year. There we go. Now you're working. Good boy. Good boy. Huskies will talk back to you. They do. They're very, what do you call it? Outspoken. Well, the last couple is really just spitting it right out. I like that. Just do that for the last 3 or 4 here. We'd be good. Should I put a bullet backwards? Just like women, yeah. Or a little child. Yeah, Kentucky Ballistics did some testing and put bullets backwards in the case. It's saying 0 again. 0 people. Opinionated. There we go. I took a screenshot out of that. Yep. I kept telling them that my home screen is having problems for my home page, and they said, oh, we need to have a screenshot of it. So I sent a picture. Then they're like, oh, no, we need a screen recording. I'm like, well, my phone doesn't have that feature. Originally it did, but I don't know why it doesn't anymore. What's up, Hudson? And they're like, well, for our system work, we have to have a screen recording. So I said, well, can I give you a video? That was yesterday. Yesterday I gave them that. And usually the next day they'll give you a message back, at least for me, but they didn't. No, Huskies and women. Don't remember Hudson. I've had a few different people come in and out. Some people from a long time ago. Like your one. All right, we got to change this out to the crimp. I do not remember. All right, where's my... I've got some boxes to stick that ammo in. I just got them out of the... These should fit in here because these are 124s, which are a little taller, so they should fit in here. We'll find out. Needs a little bit tighter. A little bit tighter yet. Yep, I think that would be it right there. Except by the set screw, I actually had it part way out in it. Made a mark in it. See, I won't say what is on my wife, though, because she might have a strong opinion about what it. Yep, entire phone broke. Uh-oh. Going to swimming tomorrow. We have a full Olympic swimming pool. It must be heated. Is that at where you live, like a homeowners association or something? Or is it indoors? Now I'll just gotta crimp the tip on, folks. Whoever's watching over here, sorry the thing tippled down on you. Let's see if we can get it a little better. There we go. Sounds fun, Russell. Forget the last time I went swimming, it was a little bit. I know in 2024 I did over in Ohio. A couple places, 2 different ponds. At this Airbnb and at my girlfriend's at that time. I don't have a girlfriend now, but at her grandma's pond. Well, I wish I could have her back. Maybe. Why is there only 3 people apparently? Now it shows 2. Like I said, Ranger, that is YouTube. It has been that way for about a month and a week. Ever since Gemini AI took over. If I want to go swimming, it would have to be a polar bear plunge. Cannonball! Yeah, I need to hook up my other press. That way I can do multiple steps right away instead of having to switch things back and forth. Like a case expander and case primer and case shaper. If I want to swim, I'll be having to swim in like 6 inches of snow. That's called the snow angel. The good old snow angel. Well, just about have 50 done. That's 42 to put away. The lowest is negative 15. Wow. I forget where you're at, Ranger. To negative 33 will wind chill. With wind chill, I do not want to be outside. Yeah, I would not want to be outside either at those temperatures. Yeah, that's crazy. Negative 5 here right now. Where are you at, Zero? I forget. Back east somewhere? I know they're supposed to get that cold snap. All right, there's 50. Let me write on the box that what these are. They're 125 projectiles, and then I put on there how many grains and what type of powder we used. What type of powder we used? Because it's not Remington anymore than that. No, sir. I might have actually not crimped a couple of those on the other one. You can tell by the feel. So let me check. I grabbed a couple that weren't accidentally. Those last few. Like, those hold in there tight. Yeah, those are definitely crimped. Not sure if that one is or not. No, that's crimped. They probably were. It's just thought for sure I actually grabbed a couple that weren't or something. Those are there because I just did them. That one is. You can tell if they are. You can feel the ridge or not. Yeah, those were done. Let's see here. My buddy texted me this morning, 35 plus wind chill. Wow. How do you get negative 33 wind chills? I don't know. One time my entire finger got cut off by a pair of safety scissors. Most brutal thing that I've ever experienced. Yep. So you guys are saying that it's colder than a bleep. Insert focally something comparison here. Anachronolist. Ranger paper cuts hurt too. Yeah, they do, even though they're barely anything. A paper cut's like nothing. The littlest of cuts. Ah, -6 now. Feels like -15. To me, once you hit 0, it's like 0, 0. I mean, come on. And again, YouTube, why are you showing only one person in here when there's 4 of you guys talking back and forth? That is just crazy how it keeps doing that. I mean, the paper cut's more. Yeah. For some reason, a paper cut hurts more than getting stabbed. Yeah, I got stabbed in the finger because of a paper cut, and exactly the area hurts less. I've hurt myself with like a whittling knife in my lap. I hit my leg real good, gashed it open like 3/16 of an inch by about an inch long. Didn't get stitches, which maybe I should have, but it made it so that I have some dead spots of nerves in that leg because of it. It's the same leg that always gets messed up. My left side, it always gets abused. Got to love the paper cut 3000 hand sanitizer. Oh yeah, you know, same when you're doing mechanic work, you cut your fingers and knuckles all the time. As soon as you start cleaning up those brake parts, like the calipers, to get them all cleaned up for the new pieces to go on it, if you don't have to redo the caliper. Woo! Yeah. That stuff burns. Burnsy, burnsy, burnsy. Well, let's see how many I ended up doing this time. Last time I did like 107. This time's less. At least we didn't waste any this time. The first time when I was adjusting all of them, I think I wasted like 5 or 6 of them. I didn't with the 357 Magnum though. So that's 50, 15, 30, 70, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 75. A nice scar between my thumb and index finger, 6-inch scar. Wow. Anachronics, from the word of anachronism, meaning outdated. Roblox is banning people under 13. It's going to be an 18 plus now, so you're a stupid Roblox dude. I'm under 18. Got kicked where it hurt for Mayo. Ouch. Oh, yeah. Or you're doing a nice ramp on your bike, on a ramp, like a 4-foot ramp high of dirt, which that's pretty high, and you land wrong on the center pole of the bike frame. Yeah. About time. Revolver's trying to protect kids and not exploit them. Roll over. Yeah. Roadblocks, probably what you meant. For mommy's money. Yep. Well, guys, that is probably all I'm doing tonight. Not probably, it is. So, yeah. YouTube, none of this is for sale. This is me making my own ammo. And I did it all in a legal way. But just like this sign right here says. See that sign, YouTube? See that sign? Look at that sign. Look. See that sign? Not for sale. Nothing's for sale in here. Talk a little in a high voice. Talk a little in a high voice, will you? Just a little high voice. Maybe once in a while. Again, it only shows one person when there's 4 of you in here, or 5. Anywho. Alright, let's put the cover back on that one. I was going to say, I need to put these wrenches in my van for tomorrow for work. Wait, tomorrow's Saturday. And it only shows 0 people in here right now. What is wrong with you people? There's literally 4 or 5 of you talking back and forth. Handlebar? Oh, a handlebar. Yeah. Too many predators on roadblocks. That is why I banned from my home. Yep. I got kicked, literally full force kicked by an 8-year-old at the age of 7, but also something also happened. So I was just riding my bike normally. The little hop in that area from the handlebar. Yeah. We are nobodies. Yep, your guys are nobodies. YouTube ain't counting you guys. You're worth nothing to them. See, that's some of the problem too with the views. They're not counting them right. Tomorrow is my 3rd Tuesday on my 8 on right now. Tuesdays are usually a good day. It's Mondays and Fridays. Anyways, we are going to quit, guys. So y'all that came over on Twitch and Rumble, appreciate you. And thank you, y'all, for coming to Desert Armory More on YouTube. Appreciate you. Thank you for the 25 likes. Today was not this is one of the worster lives. More worse. There we go. More worse lives with people coming in. Barely anybody came in tonight. It is a Friday night, so I guess people are partying and having fun, right? So, appreciate y'all coming by. And we're going to go ahead and shut off the one on Rumble here real quick. All right, in live, bye-bye, in live, and end stream. There we go. All right. All right, guys, appreciate you all. You have a blessed day, blessed night, blessed rest of your life. And remember, you can never go wrong doing what's right. And remember to find Christ, and he's the way to that salvation. Appreciate you all. Till next time, folks. See ya. We are out.